Welcome to How to Save My Life. My name's Chorus, and this is day 15 of my water fast. So for those of you who are new, every day I've gotten into a rhythm. I have a lesson that I've learned, a God story, and a cool tip on how to maximize your time while you're fasting. And then also some are to help you make the entire process just easier for you. As you know, God has instructed me on 3 things. It is to budget, to follow a very clear and strict budget, to learn how to post my content, and to practice portions after I start eating again. So these are the 3 themes of the majority of the videos, along with some other wonderful stories that kind of come along as they do. So I'm playing around with my camera. I've got my tripod out. I'm just trying new things. And so you'll start seeing a little bit more just fun, I think, with the videos. Today's post is just kind of fun. Let's just dive right in. Okay, so let's start out with the lessons. I have 2 today. Oh, by the way, I got up this morning. I did practice yin and my Bible study. I fully connected with God first thing in the morning, and my day has been nothing short of amazing. I just want to throw up some worship and praise to God for being with me, and then for also not letting me forget that that is the intention of this fast. It is to fully connect with God and have Him guide me, lead me and guide me to a purpose. So important. That was from yesterday's post. But today, so while I'm in the Word, I'm in Proverbs, and I'm reading Proverbs 16, verse 6. And the way that I do this is I read it verse by verse, I read the whole thing, and then I break it down verse by verse, because Proverbs is unlike any other book that I have read so far, and I need to dissect it. It is literally a book that teaches you how to be. And I am all in on teaching me how to be. I've spent the first books of the Bible seeking God's character and aligning my character with God. And now there's a whole book that literally instructs you on how to be, and I am all in. So I'm on chapter 16, I'm reading verse 6, and it really spoke to me, and I'm gonna read it to you. And it says, "By mercy and truth, atonement is made for wrongdoing. And by the fear of the Lord, one keeps away from evil." Now, to me, this really resonated with me. For months, ever since I started to pursue God through the Bible, because I was pursuing Him before and really got lost, really made some serious missteps in seeking God. And now I am fully aligning myself with the character of God. I'm rooting myself in God through the Bible. And then we will have a platform. We will have a solid foundation to leap off from. And so I'm just in the Word. And now I know why it's called the Word. And I also know why it's called the Good News. Because look at this face. It is good news. Although it is showing me everything that is wrong with me. I cannot hide from the deepest, innermost parts of myself, because the Bible will literally turn you inside out and show you everything. And I fully expect that I will be a completely new person by the time I am finished with this. But from the beginning, there has been a strong compulsion. I am compelled to be truthful, to align myself so closely with truth that my life depends on it. And it turns out that it actually does. So the inner voice that I was listening to is actually God inside. It is the Holy Spirit inside of me that is literally whispering to me, align yourself so closely with truth that your life depends on it. And truth is at the core of everything in this book. Truth is at the core of being an upright person. And for me, I choose upright versus righteousness, because righteousness to me has a certain connotation. No longer, but still, I use the word upright because it brings things into perspective for me. To be upright is to be honest. And at some point, I turned to the right or to the left, and I started to live in a gray area. And that gray area got me lost. It was like, where is the line? Where is the line here? Where do you draw the line between gray and truthful or not truthful? And so it's like, no, align yourself so closely with truth that your life depends on it. So there is no gray anymore for me. Not right now. Not right now. So when there is a slight deviation from the truth, I will call you and correct myself, because I need to align myself so closely with truth that my life depends on it. Now, as it relates to this verse, it says, by mercy and truth. Now, again, I'm really new in my relationship with God, and I am getting to know Jesus. I'm getting to know him. So, but by mercy and truth, atonement is made for wrongdoing. And by the fear of the Lord, one keeps away from evil. So to me, this says the truth will set you free. If you have lied, if you have deceived, you speak truth into the situation. And for mercy is something that will be extended to you. By God, it will be extended to you. So first, make yourself right with God, and then with other people expediently. Don't sit on it. As soon as it stirs, make it right, and the truth will set you free. And Proverbs repeatedly says, the fear of the Lord is the first step towards wisdom. It's the first step towards knowledge. It's accepting rebuke. God's discipline should become your disciplines. This is all tied together. For truth, the truth will set you free. And it just resonates so deeply with me that from the beginning, I have held firmly to align yourself so closely with truth that your life depends on it. Because it does. And it turns out that is very much true. When you turn to the right or to the left, it leads you to Sheol or hell. And it is a life of hell. And I lived it. I've come back from it. I'm not going back. So that's the first lesson. It's just to align yourself so closely with truth that your life depends on it. I know that's been a lesson before, but you know what? There's a lot of repetition here, and it's important. Take it to the bank. My second lesson. So there's my plans, and then there are God's plans. And I had a whole plan for today. The day I have off, I work tomorrow. Wednesday is my appointment with CapCut Guy to learn more about video editing. And I had a whole plan on getting ready for him. And being ready for him. I wanted to be ready for him. And so I was going to, I had everything transferred into my computer. I had it all organized into days, so my content into days, photos into days, all of it. Bring it into CapCut, made projects for each, imported each day's like videos and photos to CapCut. I went through and I started editing. Well, I finished day 4 of edits, and then I made notes in my new black notebook on exactly what I needed from CapCut Guy. And then I was moving to day 5, and I was literally gonna get a week's worth of this finished today, and then have them all set up to automatically upload into YouTube. That was the plan. And then God. Or a lack of storage. All of my videos disappeared from CapCut. Even the one that I had already edited, it all disappeared. It's because Apple decided to take all the videos that I had downloaded and pull them back up to the cloud, so they were no longer on my computer to recognize a file. So I didn't know that at the time, but I was like, what just happened? I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Closed my laptop, left the library, on my way to Apple, and on my way, I hold up a prayer, and I'm like, God, whatever the outcome, if it's money, whatever it is, it's all you. So I'm all in, and I'm just gonna go with it. And just know that you are gonna take care of me. And what does he do? I sit down, and they're like, it's gonna be 45 minutes before you see someone. And it was like 10 minutes. And the person that walks up to me said he wants to get a good idea of why I'm there. This guy is incredible. He's super creative, and he doesn't know a lot about CapCut, but he knows how to figure things out. And so the point is that he spent a good amount of time with me. We actually came up with he came up with a storage plan that will save my data, also save me money so that I'm not buying out of budget. At first, he recommended that I buy that external hard drive that that Amazon lost and I got a refund for because it was out of budget. And then I was gonna buy another one today, and that voice that was like, if you buy out of budget, you're not gonna need it. By the end of our conversation, the dude said that to me. He says, you don't really need this right now. We've got a new plan. Don't spend money on something you don't need. God, hello. So I just remain flexible. It will set me back with my meeting with CapCut, but that's okay because things happen, right? They happen. It's so true. This is God's project. This is God's time. It's God's money and God's resources. This outcome is God's. It will be determined by God. Now, I've also learned in Proverbs the desires of the heart, so I can take steps towards the things that I desire. And while I'm upright and with God, God will back me. So as long as God is with me. Right now, this is God's project because God has told me to do this. And the outcome is God's. And I am with God, and I'm learning to walk with God. So there's not a single step that I'm taking without Him. I would not say that I'm co-creating with Him right now because I'm so dependent on Him. I don't know how this works, and I don't know if this ever changes. But right now, I'm fully okay with saying that I am fully dependent on God for every single step that I'm taking because I am not steady yet without Him. I'm building confidence. We are building confidence together. God is helping me build confidence, so I'm taking all of these steps with Him. So, my God story. I know that all sounds like God stories, doesn't it? It's all God anyway, right? But God story. This morning, during prayer, after Bible study, I am praying. And during prayer, this instruction comes to me. And it is to start creating shorts. And I'm like, shorts? I don't even know. But it immediately came to me that I'm supposed to create shorts about my daily 3. So you know how I'm like, it's always a lesson, it's a God story, and it's a tip. Again, we're playing with content here, and I'm basically like nobody's watching right now, so like I can basically do whatever I want to, and to create the skills because I'm learning how to post my own content. So and I'm using all of these different tools, right? All of these different ways, right? I get to play. This is like a playground, and I get to keep really good energy in the whole process. So this is just a really cool time for me. And so when God says, hey, go ahead and start creating shorts, I'm like, all right. And then He gives me a how. He says, use your lessons, your God story, and your tip, and make it a short. And then learn to post those also. So I thought this is a really good opportunity for you guys to see, to just preview each day of my fast and get the gist, like the boom, boom, boom. And if you want to, watch the video and learn more and actually be with me and get to know me and engage with me in that way. And so there are options here, and you can comment on shorts. Maybe, but we'll see what you can do with a short. But so that's the God story. God gave me another instruction, and I'm going to follow suit. So after this, I'm going to create my first short. And then as soon as I can upload my videos, I'll upload my videos. So it's just fun, right? This is just a fun process. So you know what? I love this. I love this. Okay. So my tip for today, okay. Get your blood work done before you choose to go on an extended fast. Now, I'm not saying get your blood work done before like a 14-day fast or something like that. When you go on an extended fast, you want to get your blood work done beforehand, or like a really intense cleanse. You want to get a full panel blood work done to know what your status is beforehand, so that if you are low in any area, that you can have someone prescribe supplements to you so that you can boost those levels while you're fasting and maintain equilibrium. Okay? So during your fast, your body will shed a ton of mucus that is lining your alimentary canal. So from your tongue to your anus and everywhere in between, your body sheds mucoid plaque, right? It will dissolve and properly digest the mucus that lines your alimentary canal. So this is your esophagus, your stomach, your small intestine, your large intestine, because you're breaking down the mucus that's preventing proper release of digestive enzymes from your stomach and your duodenum. This is where you primarily release digestive enzymes. It will decongest. So you're breaking down your supplements properly. Further down from your duodenum, you have your jejunum. This is where the majority of assimilation takes place in your body. Your supplements will be properly broken down and fully assimilated in your small intestine. So your levels will not only improve exponentially, you will just achieve this state of equilibrium in your body very quickly. And you'll be in a place of ease and well-being, very stable. A year and 4 months ago, I didn't even take a vitamin. I received everything from my food. After a couple of life stressors and missteps, I need supplements. They balance my adrenals and things like that. So of course I'm taking my supplements while I'm fasting, because I want to maintain a state of equilibrium. You want to keep your body neutral and at ease while you're fasting. So this is just a really good time for you to really neutralize your body. And then after your fast, you want to have your blood work done. You want to see what has improved. In a very short amount of time, you will see the difference. So you can really get a big bang for your buck if you plan ahead and you know what to do before you fast. And after you fast, you can see dramatic improvements in your overall health in a very short amount of time. And you want a doctor that is on board with your practices and your choices. So you want a doctor that's on board with you fasting long term and who's also in the game with you, supervising it, right? Overseeing it. So I get my blood work done by a physician out in California. She's an osteopath, a DO, and also really into intuitive and energetic medicine. She is just a very wonderful human being. Her name is Dr. Jacqueline Chen. I will put a link to her website below if you reach out to her. This is something that she could possibly do for you if she takes you on as a client. So I definitely wanted to let you know who takes care of me, and she could be a really great resource for you also. She's been full of support of me and my overall wellness journey, and I use her as a very vital resource frequently. So that is my tip. So we've gone over your lesson, my God stories, and the tip for today. The lesson being, truth in everything. Align yourself so closely with truth that your life depends on it. Your plans are your plans, God's plans are God's plans, and you really should just be in the flow. I'm going to start creating shorts, and that's my next skill. And then get your blood work done and get on your supplements so that you can achieve an overall state of well-being while you're on your fast. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.